up, Devils? J-Dawg back to answer more goddamn questions. We got some fucking paid screwies piling up. One of them I had a fucking postpone. It just came in about an hour ago. It's another goddamn review. So, didn't have time to do it. Like I said, I got to actually fucking do a little bit of work on those. But a couple reviews here. Should be quick. Actually, they will be goddamn quick. And a couple just questions. So, 4 goddamn paid screwies and then 1 in the oven, goddamn it. So, not doing too bad. This one came in yesterday, though, I believe. He said, Andrew. Said, yeah. So, Andrew paid question. Didn't put his last name in there because the first thing he says is, please keep my last name confidential. So I took it off there. Blah, blah. Don't even know what your last name is myself now. Released on Wednesday, 2/7/24. February 7th, 2024. That was 2 days ago from the day I'm recording this. You mentioned in general bands making more of the same, in quotation marks he puts. In terms of releasing music that isn't fresh sounding, that's how I take your comment. Question, as a label owner, do you think modern technology has helped or hurt more recent music? What could bands do to sound more unique in your opinion? So you know what? It's actually gone both ways. The bigger bands, the bands that blow up, you know, Cannibals, Dismembers, I'm going to use bands I'm actually a fan of. I think it's disadvantaged them. Not that their records sound like shit, but it just sounds like, all right, the perfect good production. That's like the normal, just the norm, right? Kind of like when we talked about Dismember. Maybe this was the video you were talking about, where it's like for example, the last album Dismember did, Dismember. Sounds good, sounds like a studio album, but does that have the same personal feeling as like Another Falling String, like as Indecent and Obscene? Those just have more character. You put on Left Hand Path, it has more character. You put Where No Life Dwells, it has more character. Carnage Dark Recollection has more character. Put on that Carnage Dark Recollections, it's death metal that almost has like a little bit of a punk / D beats feel to it. There's tons of other death metal bands that come out with that buzzsaw guitar, sounds like Carnage, but they don't have that same goddamn feel. The same fucking shit. It's because it's soulless, it's faceless with the recording they're using. Now, again, if you have super good goddamn songs that could shine through, I always keep saying example. Newer Flesh Crawl, Newer Entrails. Why do I always refer to those? Because they're one of the few 2 bands that in modern times they put out albums that, even though it's nothing new, standard buzzsaw, Swedish sound, and a modern production, they were able to pull it off with really, really good well-written, memorable songs that stood out. But all in all, for the most part, it's just you hear it, you're like, it's cool. Yeah, I've heard this a million times though. So in that sense, when bands get more professional shit like that, it's a disadvantage. Like, I'll use another example. Exhumed. You know my favorite 2 Exhumed albums, the first 2. Now let's cut the fucking shit. I'm not a complete fucking idiot and think, well, the reason you don't J-Dawg, it's not because they're that goddamn special. You know what I mean? Which it's because I heard them first. Let's call it like it is. That's why you enjoy them. You heard it at 14 years old. That's what's going to stick with you. I am aware of that, and I take that into account. However, listen to those first 2 records. Did you notice that they have a sound of their own? Put them on next to just a random, newer death metal album. It could be the latest Exhumed. It could be the newest Cannibal, newer Suffocation, whatever. Just a standard studio. Those first 2 Exhumed that don't, mind you, sound different from each other. Even they both have their own goddamn character. Oh, same band, same style of music, but both records sound different. The last few, except for horror, I guess, because it's almost like straight grindcore. But if you take like Necrocracy to All Murder to the last album, they kind of blur together. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all 3. I own them. Own a CD, goddamn LP. Listen to them, like them. They don't have the same feel, same goddamn character as Slaughter Cult or Gore Metal. Original recording Gore Metal, I'm talking about, goddamn it. Because it's just modern technology using a good, but is it technically a better production? Yeah. Now, what I did notice is, like, with modern technology, you can capture almost any sound you want. And I guess, unfortunately for me, a lot of the guys that use the technology to sound real cool, whether it be to make some cool sounding vocals, bring us you sounding back in the 90s or something, it's usually bands I don't fucking give a shit about, and it's usually actual really underground bands. guys that haven't figured out, kind of guys that like, and why would it be that? Let's call it like it is. Most guys that are doing like an underground band, they're putting money into the band, they're making nothing off it. Generally speaking, there's exceptions because I've met them, are music fans. So they get it. Again, we've already been over, for the most part, and there's, again, exceptions to the rules. Most of the guys in the big boy bands, Obituary, any of them, Suffocation, those guys really aren't music fans anymore. Well, I shouldn't say maybe not music fans. They're not metal fans anymore. For the most part, they don't care. They're again, they're listening to something they grew up on at best. So they kind of like, yeah, let's just be a professional band and looking at it as a job. And it's cool. Like, you don't have the slack fuck attitude, but they don't understand the mentality of why, like, Obituary will never write a record better than Slowly Rot, Cause of Death. They, no matter what they do and how good it sounds or how much they practice, because that's what they're thinking. Just use them as an example, because it's a band that's still putting out records. Records I thought was still pretty good too. Like the last album was pretty good, but is it as good as Slowly Rot or Cause of Death? Fuck no. Are they more talented by this time? I'm sure they the fuck are. But that's not death metal as a whole. Let's call it again like it is a little bit more extreme and a little bit harder to digest than quote unquote normie music. So part of the way it sounds and its deliverance is the charisma to the band. And all these guys just recording in a random studio that's just all the same fucking technology, same type of production. It sounds the goddamn same. I mean, it doesn't sound the same. It fucking all blurs together where it's like, because it doesn't have its own character. Especially if a band's done 10 albums or more now. Like, we've already been over it. Yeah, like, people say, yeah, Cannibal Corpse been doing the last 20, same album for the last 20 years. I don't totally disagree with that. They pretty much have. But at the same time, cut the fucking shit. I mean, if you're one of those guys, yeah, but Suppo's great. Incantation's great. Obituary's great. But they've been doing the same goddamn album, too. I mean, and I'm not saying there's any, again, I guess at the same token, don't fix what ain't broken type of thing, but don't just throw Cannibal on the goddamn bus. All the rest of them doing the same goddamn thing. Hell, sure, to be honest with you, the band that isn't doing the same goddamn record over and over is fucking Morbid Angel. See what fuck you got there. So it's almost like Dying Fetus. Some people either, it seems like people either love that band or they fucking hate them. Let's call it like it is. Do you think like the last few records, including the new album, it's the same fucking shit? I can't tell them apart for the most part. They just kind of blur together. I'm like, same old formula for the last 20 goddamn years. Pretty much stop at nothing up. And again, I own them all. It's just the same goddamn shit. Don't fix what ain't fucking broken. And I'm not saying that's a negative, but it is what it is. So, in a sense, it would be kind of cool. Let's say Dying Fetus do a new record and it's like a little bit more raw or just sounds completely different production than what they've done the last. It would kind of catch your ear, right? The same goddamn good fucking songs. Maybe do an album like, for example, Fetus. Here's an idea for you. Go back to like a more, not a fucking demo recording, but in between to where it's studio, but raw and dirty sounding and no triggers. Just do it like that. See how that record will have its own character. What's the matter, homeboy that plays drums? Can't fucking do it without the trigs? Can't do it? Fucking Petey did on goddamn Terrorizer, World Downfall. What's your excuse, goddammit? Try doing that. And now I'm not one of those anti-trigger guys. The new Fetus, they suck. First album, every album has triggers on it by Fetus. So, and I'm obviously a fan. But try that. It'd be something. I told Corpse Grinder in my goddamn interview. Go watch my goddamn Corpse Grinder interview if you haven't fucking seen it. I was like, how about try something like Mortician did, but only as your new album, the Final Bloodbath recording. Just for something fresh. Like, oh, wow, Cannibal's never done this. You've done everything. It's just album after album. Okay, here we go again. Write new songs or whatever. Record it live in the studio. Just one after another. You don't have to introduce the songs or be live. Just like Final Bloodbath. It's in the studio, but it's played fucking live. You'll get it like, wow, this album has its own charisma. It sounds different from the rest. It would still have a very good sound quality. They'll never do that shit, though, because they can't think outside the box. And again, for the most part, are those guys really that passionate about death metal and underground music? Again, yeah, Corpse Grinder, yeah, okay, he likes death and shit that he grew up on. But is he pumped when like Christian or something's doing a new album, the band that he claims he likes? Probably not. You know. So having said that, it's just kind of like, and again, I do get it from his standpoint. I mean, hell, am I pumped when Christian's doing a new album either? No. But the main reason I'm not is kind of for the things I'm saying. That they're in this goddamn camp too. Let's go and try to fucking record something. Hell, do kind of what I said, a raw recording. Let's go to a Black Forest domain type recording. And again, let's just like Fetus. Let's try it with no triggers, Max. See how it sounds. Just to give that record just new, a fresh, new sound, but you're still writing the same kind of music. None of these fucking bands do that. None of them. So that can be done with technology. So technology is like, yeah, you can either polish it to fucking death, beat that horse to death like a goddamn Iron Maiden Brave New World. I mean, that's about the most polished goddamn record I've ever heard in my life. Although I do like the record. You could go that route with today's technology, or you can try to recapture shit that's putrefaction, painful death, which you know damn well when those guys record that, they're like, oh, this sounds like shit. This was an accident. Now you can almost like recreate that intentionally. So it depends what path they choose. But most bands choose to fucking, let's just go Brave New World, but we'll play death metal. I guess when the first time it's never been done, cool. Now it's like that's all everybody wants to do. So David Charles Galloway. Paid question. Well, actually, this looks like one of the goddamn reviews. He puts, thanks to your excellent salesmanship. I try. I had to rush to take advantage of your $10 review. Steal of a deal. I thought it was common fucking sense. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Makes sense, goddammit. That's how it's called, especially the scene, metal scene, a niche scene as is. It's a lot of it's word of mouth. How do you don't want to put it out on I mean, it's one thing I get it if somebody's like, all right, I do $10 reviews, and you look at his channel and it's like, okay, his last 20 videos, one got 60 views, one got 120 views, another got 30 views, another got 15 views. His most popular video 2 months ago, that got 220 views. You're like, no one's watching this shit. And I was like, not interested. But I mean, not that I'm fucking anybody, because I'm not. My shit's very small potatoes, but 3K is a decent for $10. Again, I wouldn't pay if I said $300, I'd be like, I could see saying get fucked. But $10, that's not worth it to advertise your band. It's yeah, a lot of fucking goddamn knuckleheads in this fucking scene. And it's a no wonder that when you're even somewhat of a go-getter, it's just easy to be successful in this goddamn scene. It's so fucking easy because most of it's just slack bucks. Guys that just want to party, just yeah, smoke that bud, bro. Go home, crack a pack of fucking 6-pack, just drinking that goddamn booze. Get me another shot of Tito's, bruh. Bring over those Doritos. That ain't getting shit done, bruh. That ain't fucking go-getter attitude. So when you're competing with majority of the crowd is that, it's like, wow, this makes it easy. Steal of a deal to review the latest song from my band Alone. I reviewed it already, bro. We'll get to that in a second. So the band name is Alone. Right out the gate, I don't like the name. I'm including an extra $10 for your troubles. Mm-hmm. Didn't like the band name, but goddamn, I like your attitude. Because this is a long track. Oh, it was. 15 minutes, if I remember correctly. And it's probably not exactly your cup of tea. You got that right, brah. But at the same time, I think you know what you are talking about when it comes to metal and would like your thoughts anyways. See, the thing is I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about. I don't necessarily not know what I'm talking about. People point out in the comments like Dawg doesn't know jack shit about musicianship or recording equipment, stuff like that. I make no bones about it. I don't. I'm just a fan that listens to music and that gives you my goddamn opinion based on what kind of response it gave to me, how it moved me. That's it. Take it for what it is. I mean, sometimes that's the best way to goddamn go out. Some of these guys get way too goddamn technical and shit like that. I've always said, are you a music fan or are you a goddamn sound engineer? So, but at the same time, I guess unknowledgeable in that sense, if you want to word it like that, which is fine. And I don't even disagree with that. I actually kind of agree. But knowledgeable in the sense that I've been listening to this shit for a long time. Never turned my back on, yeah, I was gone for 10 years. And, now that the kids are graduated, I'm back in. I ever since 1998, I've been going to shows, never stopped. I mean, there's been years there was a little bit less of a drought. Hey, I can't help it. Nobody was coming to my town. The fucking I gave a shit about. But there's never a year I didn't go to any shows. Hell, even in 2020, I went to a couple shows. Obviously, most of the year there was no goddamn shows going on. Been going to shows, been collecting physical format since whenever I started. What was it, age 13? I think as I started. Yeah, probably about that. It was about when I got my first job. 13 to now, it's 26 goddamn years. Um, and that's like I said, that's primarily all I fucking listen to. Again, a casual listener here and there of shit, but generally speaking, it's all just metal. So you're gonna accrue a decent, like, at least heard it, you know what I mean, and have a take on it, a reasonable take, not just a deer in headlights, dick in the fucking mouth, just clueless, like stupid shit, don't even know obvious crap. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what the fuck you listen to that opinion for? That's all right. Well, like, hear what this guy fucking thinks. So I guess in that sense, kind of fucking valid. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When it comes to your thoughts, anyways, Abandoned by Alone. So the song that he sent me is called Abandon. Um, I gotta say this, for starters, did I hit play and listen to it from fucking second one to the 15 minutes, 46 seconds, whatever the fuck it was? No, I had to skip around. Goddamn. I've heard some dicking around going on in my goddamn time, but that was the most goddamn dicking around I think I've ever fucking heard. Well, Rumors of Everest was pretty fucking dicking around too. When I put that on the first time. Like, what do you mean by dicking around, you know? Just the goddamn artsy fartsy shit in the beginning. What is all this? Like, you don't need. Again, the song's 15 minutes, but it was an unnecessary 15 minutes. Merciful Fate, Satan's Fall. I don't know if it's necessary, but at the same time, was from beginning to end something going on. This was just like, what is, just cut this first 3 minutes down to literally 20 seconds if you want to have it as a somewhat common intro. This is completely unfucking necessary. And then it kind of kicked into like some, lack of better words, how do I want to word it? Best way I can describe it as somebody that I liked black metal wise is I get reminiscent of Denial of God, but almost kind of like a tough listen version of Denial of God. I wasn't feeling it, but that's the most reminiscent band I could say with sounding like Denial of God. Let me give the goddamn. I did not metal archives it though, because that was a band camp. Yeah, it was band camp. But and then so I skipped around, and then Alone is the band. I have a feeling there's gonna be 10 bands called Alone. We'll see the metal archive search and see how many pop up. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Which one are you fucking? There's one, two. Well, there's only three, but there's a bunch. Sludge death metal. Well, I know that ain't you. Experimental melodic death metal, France. I doubt that's you. I think consider death metal is more of kind of just artsy fartsy dicking around black metal. So then there's one black metal from Canada. Where'd you say you guys are from? Check out the Canada one. Is this you guys? Yeah, this is you guys. Single abandoned digital. Yeah, 15 minutes, 28 seconds. Um, yeah, this is you guys. So you guys are from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Another thing too, dude, like because there's a third half that after like the I guess somewhat reminiscent of Down on God second half, it was just some wanker fucking surfers fucking cowabunga dude type shit going on. I'm just like, what the hell is this? This is like all over the place. Um, again, I thought completely unnecessary, especially in the sense of black metal. I was like, this doesn't fit black metal all. And right on the goddamn metal archive says your genre is black metal. I was like, I don't know what fucking point this goddamn part is fucking black metal. And again, you didn't need it for. Why the fuck do you need a 15-minute song? It's one thing, yeah. Satan's Fall, At War with Satan. You can argue it's excessive, but there's at least cool ass metal shit going on. You had dicking around in the beginning, few minutes, and surfer shit in the third half. Minimally, you cut all that out, you're down to fucking 8 minutes of the song, which is still kind of steep, but at least I guess acceptable. And not to mention, wouldn't be the first black metal band that did it. Another thing too, dude, you're killing me with these fucking goddamn names. Um, this is just Roman, your first release. So it says the band started in 2020, COVID. I'm assuming you're a goddamn young buck. Let's go into members. None. Too tough to put their goddamn names out here. Um, Full length is 2021, so total newbie band. We've been around since 2020, brah, brah. So literally yesterday, COVID to me literally feels like it was last Saturday. Not even exaggerating. Literally feels like last Saturday to me. Um, First album is Roman numeral, what is this, 4, I guess? Then your singles, Roman numeral 5, The Village. Next release is Roman numeral 6, Dash the Gate. Then you got Abandon in the Eye. This shit is reminding me of fucking bands like Dark Space and crap like that. Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2. This is literally the name of their albums. Roman numeral 3, Roman numeral 4. Jesus fuck, you guys are creative as fuck. And then on top, and then dude, when they want to put out the goddamn demo, check this out, brah. We got our awesome fucking demo. It's called Roman numeral -1. Jesus fuck. I mean, get the fuck out of here. And everything's just all black and I guess a star on the cover, if that. Um, I mean, if that's what floats your boat, cool. But if you think I'm fucking spending that anytime over goddamn Deicide, you're out of your fucking gourd. I don't see why anybody would. Doesn't interest me, but tell you one thing, Dark Space, woo-wee, we've restocked and stocked that many times, so you might be in good goddamn company alone. You won't be alone there. You got Dark Space for you. And the name of the band, Alone. That's probably why you're alone. God damn it. Gotta put out some goddamn better tunes. But again, you might not be alone because people do buy that shit. Dark Space, like I said, is the first thing that's coming to my goddamn mind. And then and there's other. I call that shit hipster black metal, to be honest with you. Just looking at it and just the whole aesthetic of it, the names. I mean, I don't know. When I think black metal, I think the first 3 Bathories. I think early fucking Mayhem, Freezing fucking Moon, shit like that. I think of as much as the guys hate them, Dark Funeral, early Marduk, early Enthroned. That's what I think of when I think of black metal. Could be just goddamn me, but I don't think of this hipster shit. I'll just say that. But something out there for everybody. At least you got the goddamn fucking shout out. So if you like basically what I described, you eat that shit up for breakfast, and I know some of you motherfuckers do because again, I see the goddamn stats. Don't come over here saying they fucking stupid. I see what sells, and we sell Dark Space hand over fucking fist. It's got to be all out of stock now. I haven't pulled one in a goddamn while, but we've restocked that motherfucker. All 3 Roman numerals. People buy the whole saga every time. Needed them all. Couldn't miss out. They're just that goddamn great. Better than Deicide. You know that's what the fucking fools are thinking too. They're wrong. Dog's right. But hey, check out goddamn Alone, because if you're liking goddamn Dark Space, I'm sure you'll love it, brah. Comes with church, you know what to do. Put the goddamn scans up in the morning, and don't forget them goddamn paid skis in the description box, dum dum, so you know how to fucking do it. It's later, goddamn it.